All right, that brings us to the co-main event. Back to you, Petrie, at featherweight. 10th ranked Bryce Mitchell, minus 205. We have seen this price steadily climb on DraftKings Sportsbook towards Mitchell. 12th ranked Dan Ige, plus 170, was plus 140 24 hours ago. Now he can be had plus 170. He's won 2 in a row. And that team's got a lot of momentum right now. Sean Strickland, Daniel Zellhuber, among others. Mitchell on the other side has dealt with some injuries, some ailments, but he returns here. Does so with much fanfare, Bry. He's 15-1. Lone career loss, of course, came against Ilia Topuria. He was far less than 100%. I'm not trying to take away from the Spaniard, but his health was an issue for that fight. And then he had to pull out of a fight against Movsar Evloev due to a back injury, famously replaced, of course, by Diego Lopez. But now Thug Nasty is back, Bry, and he's a 2-1 favorite here against Dan Ige. Your thoughts?
I feel like I'm getting punked. I feel like Jon is going to take off a mask and it's going to be legendary coach, Diego Sanchez coach, Joshua Fable. I feel like I'm getting punked here. Why is Dan Ige the underdog? I mean, are we seriously right now? I've already loaded up at 140. I'm loading up again at 170. Nothing taken away from Bryce Mitchell. He's great. But if you look at his wins, Bobby Moffitt, 1-3, didn't make it in the UFC. Tyler Diamond, Charles Rosa, not longer the promotion. Andre Philly was a great performance. Edson Barbeau was a great performance. You can make the argument he's getting better, but now he's got some outside the cage stuff. He's got some ex-girlfriend stuff that's going on social media with the fruit trees and everything. I don't know if you've seen it. He's distracted, and I don't know if he's really excelling and getting better like I think he should. Dan Ige is a savage. We all saw what Dan Ige did against Nate Landwehr. Those stance switches, the switching up the stances and hurting Nate left and right. I think Nate's a better fighter than Bryce Mitchell. I think Bryce Mitchell is an entertaining guy. He's fun. Seems like a good guy to root for. I like rooting for him. He obviously was sick, fell ill, or was sick and looked sick against Topuria. I was there live. He was getting tossed all over that cage, which is surprising because he's this Arkansas strong farm boy that takes you down, lays on top of you, and beats you up, right? Hit a twister early on in his UFC career against Matt Sales, who, again, 1-3 in the promotion, no longer there. So his wins aren't stacking up for me. And Dan Ige's been in there with everyone. He's hard to take down. He's only at 56% takedown defense, but 9 of those came from against Movsar Evloev. I mean, that guy's a different level. So Dan Ige at underdog money here. I'm putting 3 units on it. I've already got real money on it. So let's go 3 units on Dan Ige here. I think this is a lock of the century. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was getting punked for a minute. But yeah, give me Dan Ige. I don't know if he's going to get a stoppage, but I like him. And we've been seeing this thing too, where grapplers tend to win fights. But then you got Sugar Sean O'Malley with the footwork taking out Aljo. You got Cyril Gahn taking out Sergey Spivak. So the tides are turning a little bit. Strikers are finding out a way to use their footwork and slow down some grapplers. And I think Dan Ige is going to do that here. Not to mention his cardio's through the roof. Team's on fire. Give me Dan Ige.
And defensively, Dan Ige is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Of course, there are levels to that game, but I can understand why people see value on Dan Ige, and increasingly so now, plus 170. KenFlo, before you make your selection, there is a reason why money has been pouring in on Bryce Mitchell. The rap album, the country rap album, is called Pasture Fire, and
nice.
Got a little taste for you folks here today.
Here we go.
Bryce Mitchell, Thug Nasty, Pasture Fire. Oh, so good. Just wait, KenFlo. Just fucking wait, dude. That's 70 seconds of your life. I feel like a DJ trying to fill this music bed before Bryce Mitchell takes over.
DJ Anik.
He's got bars. I've
Here
heard
he
him.
comes.
In the attic, if I need some money, then I'ma go grab it. Fighting is good, but that shit is sporadic. I ain't gonna lie.
Fighting is good, but that shit is sporadic.
I cuss like a sailor. Love on my clothes, but they ain't custom tailor. My girl, yeah, she's in love with me. Gets it abundantly. She gets up under me.
Gets it abundantly.
No social distancing, girl. I'm up in your business and I love fucking with you. I'll roll you a swisher. You been in the picture. You made my life better. I've been through the.
I mean, you prefer Aljo's So Dumb or this at Anik Florian Pod? All right, Cody, you can say that for me. Thank you very much. The Darkensaw,
man.
The Darkensaw.
Let me ask you a question, Jay. I know you used to spit a little bit back in the day.
He's better than me.
He's better than you. All right. I
Yeah.
didn't know if you were taking if you could get a hot 16 and better than Bryce.
He's better than me.
Okay.
So, but that's not freestyle, but I'm sure he's a better
Yeah.
freestyle rapper than I. And he probably can write hip hop lyrics better than I can. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
I got to
it's not
figure
bad.
out a way to drop a Darkensaw though if this guy wins the fight.
Good. That's a good one.
Bringing
Yeah.
out the Darkensaw tonight. KenFlo, we need a selection here. Who do you have?
I could do that for you. Listen, I think that Bryce Mitchell does have a lot of things going on outside the cage. Obviously there's, the relationship thing, but there's the injuries too. Like, how healthy is he right now? I know about back injuries, and they stay with you, and they can come back to haunt you at very odd times, especially when you're cutting weight.
Punch that.
Yeah. Especially when you're cutting weight and you're at the end of a training camp where you've been building up a lot of volume of training. So, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that. But I'm worried about Dan Ige and the power that he has in his hands, the fact that he is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's not going to be lost on the ground. I do think Bryce Mitchell moves very fast on the ground. He's going to be very aggressive there. And you have to worry about a lot of different things, submissions, positions against Bryce Mitchell. But I think Dan Ige can do way more than just survive on the ground. And I also think that his takedown defense is getting better. He's not a perfect takedown defense guy, but I don't think he needs to be against Bryce Mitchell necessarily. I think he needs to be good enough to stop a lot of those takedowns, frustrate Bryce Mitchell, and land a big shot when he can. And I think if he could do that, not only can he win rounds, he could perhaps win by finish here. I think Mitchell can as well. But I just have too many question marks for me. And I think there's a lot of value on Dan Ige. I was hoping that Brian Petrie was going to go the other way with Bryce Mitchell, but come on, this guy's too sharp. Come on.